Come on, let's be positive. Just stop right there. No negativity. Let's be positive. LBP, let's be positive.
Matt, let's be positive. We've got a big year ahead of us in sport. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year, Martin. We've had a little bit of contact over the last few weeks, but this is our first official conversation for a while, and I hope that your Christmas New Year was as good and as relaxing and calming as mine was.
Let's talk weather to start with, because I continually play a clip on air where you want global warming. Well, you got your wish over the Christmas New Year period. The coldest part of New Zealand became the most sweltering, just hottest, sweatiest, unbearably heat wave-ish part of the country.
Yeah. We haven't had significant rain since November.
Wow. The
driest November, December, according to local farming records and the Met Service, for at least 50 years, and it could be the driest going back to 1914. We've had 34 degrees here last week. We're in an extreme fire danger situation. We've got fire service hanging out in town here. They're so nervous about what could happen. Strong winds. The whole place is dead. The grass just cracking under the feet. And it's been quite the summer so far, I must say.
All right, sports-wise, David Warner flies a chopper into a BBL match, has a big send-off as far as Australian cricket goes. As an Australian, where does he sit in your eyes?
Oh, I'm not too sad to see him go. I must say that he's been extremely entertaining with the bat over the years. But, you know, like many sports people, there's the other side of the persona that doesn't necessarily strike a chord with everyone. And I don't know, David Warner just seems to have been a little entitled. Certainly a tremendous batsman. The way he attacked, the way he took it into Test cricket, he sort of carried on the Adam Gilchrist way, never slowing up. Maybe he was a Baz ball before the Baz ball, but, you know, it sums it up, doesn't it? We had the Mitchell Johnson incident last year when everyone was defending Warner going into his final one day as a test, and then we had the baggy green going missing, the bag with the baggy green, a story that I just can't get on board with. I mean, it's either a prank gone wrong or, look, the worst part of me feels like a sympathy-building exercise.
Yeah, publicity stunt. Yeah, same. Yeah. I mean, and that's because of the way that he behaved after the sandpaper thing, that stage press conference thing where he came in with his kids late at night. I mean, everything is contrived, and I thought the same. As soon as I just thought, is this a hoax? Who really has stolen that? I mean, what person would say, go into your bag, steal that, and then, miraculously it's found the day before? Yeah, mate, I must admit, I was very cynical about it.
Yeah, I mean, the extreme circumstances and statistical data surrounding someone actually going into his bag, not knowing it was his bag, and taking a backpack with his kids' presents and the baggy greens in it, it just seemed too far. I reckon a prank gone wrong, but, you know, there is a part of me that will always think that they just wanted to get him some sympathy. And, of course, the scraggy old baggy green did show up, just miraculously back in the hotel, just misplaced at some point. I don't know, Martin, I don't know. But the helicopter, look, some may be able to explain it away by saying he was in my former hometown of Cessnock in the Hunter Valley. And over the years, there's been more than one occasion when I've wanted to get out of there as quick as I could too. So maybe I would have taken a helicopter ride. But it's just a bit wanky, isn't it?
No,
a bit wanky.
It's just, yeah.
2.5 hour drive. I mean, they could have made the drive if need be. I'm sure he's got a nice enough car to have done that. But the helicopter landing in there while one of his teammates arrived on a push bike that he had to hire to get to the ground.
Let's be positive, Matt. Your Wallabies this year, what are you expecting?
I'm expecting improvement.
Well, it has to be improvement, doesn't it? I mean, you couldn't have had a worse year last year if you tried, mate.
No, we couldn't have had a worse year. Things went from bad to worse to even worse. And then finally, starting to clear things up with the coach going, even though he didn't want to go and he wasn't going to go, and then he did go. Look, we've got to get better. It's as simple as that. But I won't be holding my breath for any miraculous improvements. I'd say it'll be below average season again. And so I don't wish to think too deeply about it until we see them out there for their first game and see if they actually can put together a team that can concentrate for a full game.
All right. What about the Doggies and the Warriors this year? What are we thinking?
Well, I think the Warriors will. Be there or thereabouts this year. And I saw some footage the other day of Roger back in training. Did you see the photos? Did you see the short clips of Roger back in training for the Warriors? Yeah. He looks in terrific form, and the look on his face from the footage I've seen so far, Martin, puts him in a far better place than he ever looked when he was playing rugby. He looks like he's back where he belongs, and I think he'll be absolutely tremendous for the Warriors. And you know what? He might even be that extra little kick, formerly the world's best player, to help the Warriors continue on, as long as their halves are able to perform and open up some back. He's going to play fullback again, surely, right?
I would think so. I mean, they say that he's going to play centres. They've got to say, but I mean, Chance had such a great season last year. They've got to play centres. What about your Doggies, mate? Come on.
All right, we've bought well, Martin, and we have built a much better squad. I still have concerns about our halves combination, but I think we are looking much, much better than last year. Okay. And I am going into this season saying top 8.
What?
Top 8 is... absolutely. Top 8 this year. And I think we will be the surprise packet. We will be the Warriors of 2024. I'm putting it out there right now. I will not go in negatively. I am going in full tit. We are top 8 minimum. Watch out.
Let's be positive.
For the
and
Bulldogs.
That's the whole point of this conversation. Is that let's be positive. All right. Well, let's just run quickly then over the 3 results yesterday. Black Caps had a win, another good win over Pakistan. I just don't know what we're meant to take from the T20 apart from, hey, we had a win. What else is here? What else is here to say?
Yeah, well, as long as they've got some good form coming out of this one, they do look all right. I mean, since that sort of big loss to Bangladesh in the opening test, they've been pretty solid, a little bit up and down against the Bangers, but played well enough, I think, to take some form into South Africa and Australia, which I'm very much looking forward to. And there's a testing Christchurch at Hagley, which I might try and get up to for a couple of days.
Go on.
Let's hope they can compete in that. But it's we've got cricket till March.
Ah, brilliant.
So it's actually been a pretty full-on comprehensive season, hasn't it? A lot of cricket.
Breakers struggling at the moment, still trying to get some momentum. It's just a really frustrating season.
Yeah, no momentum. I actually wrote that down, Martin. They're 8-12. And they've just had no real run at this. I mean, if you were playing rugby, you'd say they were rebuilding like the Wallabies, but it just hasn't gelled this year like we saw last year. And well, they're gone, burgers. They're not going to be doing anything from here on in. They might be able to sneak a few wins and change something at the top of the table, but their biggest ever loss yesterday against the Kings was not a good sign. And well, after last year, super disappointing. I mean, they were so close, and this year so far away. So a big thumbs down for the Breakers so far this year, and they'll remain where they are, I think.
Finally, the Phoenix. Then you got to say cock-a-doodle-doo, top of the table. I mean, the way it's the only league in the world which doesn't actually reward goal difference. But regardless of that, points, wins, that's what actually counts. And the Phoenix again last night, brilliant.
Yeah, great game too. You'd have to say that I was heading into Christmas wondering how long they'd be able to maintain that position at the top like they have, and here we are, talking about a 4-3 win, a pretty entertaining game. Some players in some pretty good form, including Rufe. He's probably in his career best form, perhaps. Little bit of a defensive lapse early on, but they got there in the end. I think it's fantastic, and honestly, wouldn't this be, if they are to go on and win this competition, it'd be it'd have to be the greatest domestic semi-international moment for New Zealand football, wouldn't it?